Remember that they're changing my voice. This might be the most important video you ever hear about organized harassment and government harassment. It has to do with the underlying philosophy that has caused this to occur. The root causes and root philosophies. So there's a central sort of philosophy that comes into play here. And the easiest way to describe it simply is to make an example, I'd say. So it's people who sort of believe that they should use the government and mental health and the gangs and the police and the military and the intelligence agencies and the school and the other social controllers. Again, social controllers. Okay. To control people and to make it so people date a certain way. And so as a result of what they're doing and how they're doing it, okay, which is both wrong. What they're doing is wrong. Their motive is childish and evil and outrageous and stupid. And how they're doing is childish and evil and outrageous and stupid. People are suffering, right? 9 million people in the world starve to death every year, and it's a geopolitical situation, right? It's the globe. It's the global politics of the situation, okay? The economic systems come into play, and I'm sure people are fairly familiar with the problems there, okay? And there's people being raped everywhere. They're being abused, right? 1 in 4 females is raped or sexually assaulted before the age of 18. And that's a lot of people, right? There's like 200 million females in America. Some it's up there, some 180 or whatever it is. There's a lot of them. So what's 1 in 4? Say it was 160, right? 1 in 4 of 160 is 40 million people. So there's 40 million females alive right now, okay? And lots and lots, and who have been sexually assaulted or will be sexually assaulted, what have you. Okay, that's a lot of people, and that's before the age of 18. And some are sexually assaulted multiple times, and there's human trafficking, what have you. There's also domestic violence besides that, people getting beat up, beating their wives, what have you. There's a lot of things that come from the background stressors of their philosophies and how they enforce their social control. So when you look at this thing, it's not as simple as saying, hey, it's just a rogue element of the government. No, it's the underlying philosophies that dominate society and every culture in society. Okay, except for mine. We'll get to that if we have time. So when we look at the mental health argument, which is the best example, the example I was talking about earlier is the mental health example. Mental health would argue that a female who's been raped repeatedly by various people who are important is actually crazy. Unless, of course, their political party or something is standing up for them. So if some psychiatrist is part of a political party, they might stand up for them. Other than that, they would do damage control, right? It's the whistleblower effect, Martha Mitchell effect, which is when somebody has something important to say, people act like they're crazy and they gaslight them and they try to put them on psych meds and they try to discredit them, okay? And they say that they're mentally ill. So it's the people who do that, okay, who would literally tell somebody who's been raped, many times, who's being raped at the time, to shut the hell up because they're their neighbor and they're making too much noise. That's the side of the debate they're on. Make no mistake. They're on that side of the debate. And they'll enforce it. And if they're a police officer, they'll pull their gun and shoot to enforce it in certain situations. That's how fucking insane they are. That's how crazed they are. That's how psychotic and out of touch and indifferent and selfish and narcissistic and neurotic and hedonistic that they are. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. And on the other side of the debate, there's someone who says, no, that female is actually been abused, is being abused, and in the future will be abused, and they have a lot of reason to yell. And society needs to get to the root cause of that problem. Not the symptom of her yelling and tell her and just drug her, but to actually solve the problem, which is entirely solvable. The governing class by themselves can solve it. The politicians by themselves can basically solve it if they really put their minds to it. The masses of the people can rally to solve it. So it's some bitch ass shit to just say, let's just drug her. She's annoying. No, you people are annoying because you're acting like bitches who won't rally for what's right, for what's precisely right. Not white supremacy. Yes, if they just all act like English people and just do it our way and make us seem superior, then these problems go away. That's some bitch shit. That's feeding the devil, who's the source of those problems, whether it's English, whites, Jews, all together, what have you. That's not the topic of this issue, but we all know who's doing it. That's just feeding the devils that have caused it. So when you do it their way, you're putting your stamp of approval, whether you want to admit it to yourself or not, on the masses of people they've starved to death, murdered, raped, abused, what have you. And I'm not going to dirty my soul even a little bit with that filthy garbage. My soul is staying pure and clean and divine. Those are the two sides of the debate, whether you want to admit it or not. Bitch-ass government bitches, corporate scum, and their allies who want to continue the rape culture and force people to do it their way. People in America, for example, who split power with over 50 million people. How much power do you have when you split power with over 50 million people who are worth a significant amount of money all the way to billions of dollars? Bezos doesn't have that much power. Musk doesn't. None of these guys have that much power. They just have money, a fair-weather chick, some kind of lame duck rich person agenda. No offense to anybody, but they don't have that much power. Okay, really look at how things work. Believe it or not, there are checks and balances in play here. There's a bunch of people who are parts of massive corporate partnerships who have a stupid idea for how society is, how society should be, and their philosophy is what I've been describing in this video. It's silence the righteous. It's keep the righteous guy from an attractive female. Try to make it so attractive female only date bootlicking cowards, choir boy types, bootlickers, people who bend over for the state. Okay, and say, hey, look at this golden boy bootlicker. And say, that's why he got a hot chick. He has it all. Okay, fucking retarded. Just bitch ass shit, just lame duck shit. The types of people who shun the top martial artist ever possible because there's some kind of sniveling, racist, scientific racist, groupie, conformist, sniveling, beta pussy pretending to be an alpha. Just a bitch.